Hi, I'm Sir Hags. I'm making supplemental videos for online classes and blended learning for senior high school. Welcome to this channel. For this video, I will continue to discuss conformity and deviance, a topic with the subject understanding culture, society, and politics for senior high school. This is lesson 2, social control. Social control, according to the site thought.co, regulates human behaviors by its norms, rules, law, and structure of the society. Remember from the previous lesson, we discussed conformity as the act of matching our behaviors, actions, and attitudes to what is generally acceptable in a society or a group. Social control has the capacity to influence human behavior towards order of the society. It is a necessary part of social order, for societies could not exist without controlling their population. There are two basic forms of social control: informal and formal means of control. Informal means of control refer to an individual's inner capacity to sense what is right and what is wrong. Being able to do this, the person decreases the tendency to deviate from norms. Socialization is an example of informal means of social control. It is a process by which an individual internalized the norms and values of a certain society. When you learn the skill of socialization, you study and adapt to certain values of a community. Social values, sanctions, and reward and punishment are three components of informal means of control. We use social control theory to study informal means of social control. This theory is developed by Travis Hershey, an American sociologist. It is also known as the social bond theory or the self-control theory of crime. This theory proposes that individuals will tend to uphold the norms and values of society because they attribute significance and meaning to such. It means that the society where the individual came from would likely influence the future of such individual. It also means that one way of understanding an individual's behavior is by checking where that individual came from. Example of informal means of social control is a behavior we show lining in a bank or payment center. When you see people are lining up outside, tendency would be you will also line up because that is what these people expect you to do. If you bypass the line, you may get a very negative reaction from them. In this situation, you can clearly identify the three components of the informal means of control. Social value of acceptable action. When you line up, you expect people to approve of you and what you do. Sanction, which in this case takes the form of disapproval. You may get an angry remark if you bypass the line. You may also get sanctions in the form of shame, ridicule, criticism, and sarcasm, and other negative reactions. Punishment, which may take in form of disapproving looks, or you may be reprimanded, or a reward in the form of smile or greetings if you line up. Why informal means of social control is effective? Because human beings have a natural tendency of sympathy, sociability, a sense of justice, and resentment. These four ensure social order. The second type of social control is the formal means of social control. They are the system of rewards and punishment that become structuralized in an institution. They are the methods used by governments and organizations to prevent chaos in society. The methods of formal means of social control are implemented in accordance to specific social goals. Some aspects of culture are changing. Social control is changing as well. In the past years, for example, torture, exile, and murder were part of formal means of social control used by previous rulers in order to ensure that all citizens followed the established laws. There were a lot of changes, especially when Universal Declaration of Human Rights was established. These international agreements created new norms and standards in the whole world. The most common means of formal social control used today include education, law, and coercion. Education is an extension of socialization because it develops moral, intellectual, and social values of individual. Education helps people to see connections between their heritage and their social rules. Law is a system of rules created to reinforce social values to regulate behavior. It helps maintain social order, especially in larger societies where informal means of social control may no longer be enough. Coercion, on the other hand, is the use of force against social deviance and is only utilized by the state. It can only be used in an extreme situations as a last resort because it may lead to revenge or can lead to deterioration of social order. Formal means of social control are very important, especially if many groups in a society do not follow the same norms or beliefs. Example, some groups may agree but some may disagree on abortion, family planning, and etc. Informal means of social control may not be able to maintain social order for this kind of issues. So the government must create a law, a formal means of social control considering arguments of both parties. To ensure conformity, the state must create perspective which focuses on what cannot be done and prescriptive which focuses on what should be done. The formal means of social control, therefore, is a social contract where individuals agree to follow the rules set by an authority they have chosen in order to ensure peace and prosperity for everyone in the society. Let's reflect on the following questions. Have you experienced being shamed, criticized, or ridiculed? Which social norm or value did you violate? Why is this norm or value important to your society? I hope you learn and enjoy watching this video. If you like this video, click subscribe and share it with your classmates and friends. If you want changes or if you have suggestions for the next video, you may write a comment in the comment section. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Keep safe.